Welcome back to Double Sleeved MTG. I'm Seth, and I'm joined by, yes, his name might be from a truck, but I bring you Ryder. How you doing, Ryder?
I'm doing good, Seth. How about you, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. And
Great.
tell us what we're going to be doing today.
Going over Tarkir cards on what possibly might be good in CDH, might be bad in CDH. Just what we're hyped for. This has a lot of cool cards into it, and I'm actually excited.
Yes, I'll kind of parrot what I've seen a couple people say. Uh, this set actually feels like a Magic set again.
Yes,
Like Aether Drift, yeah, and these Universes Beyond, they're all cool and everything, but when we get down to Dungeons and Dragons and goblins and things like that, and that's where Magic's sweet spot.
I
So,
agree. And this set has a bunch of dumb dragons, and I'm all about it.
but big dumb dragons, we always like those.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
my first honorable mention is Stadium Headliner. Um, a lot of people have said this is a Timna card or possibly a Najila card because Stadium Headliner is a one red, 1/1 creature, and it has Mobilize. Mobilize is whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. And it also has a one and a colorless and a red. Sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature. Ryder, what do you think of this?
I think this card's nuts. I actually love it so much, to be honest. It's a one drop, so you get to get it from Ranger Captain. It has the mobilize ability, so whenever it attacks, you put another creature in there, so it partners with Timna really well. And then, of course, if you need to get rid of a blocker, you can sacrifice it to deal X damage to whatever. I actually do think this is a really good card.
Where everybody's saying this is with Temna, I think this is more of a Najila card because if I'm wide with to get the most out of that activated ability, I want to have a ton of creatures. I want to massacre something. The next honorable mention is Codis Sibsig Champion. He is one black, a green, and a blue. He is the face commander of the Sultai Precon. Sibsig is a legendary creature, zombie warrior, and he has the ability once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 cards from your graveyard in addition to paying the other costs. And whenever one or more creatures you control enters, if one or more of them entered from your graveyard or was cast from a graveyard, put 2/1/1 counters on Codis. He is a 3/3. Ryder, what do you think of this guy?
So this guy right here is kind of weird because like he's in really good colors in Sultai, but that's the best thing he has going for, to be honest, in my opinion. I mean, you get to get back your fastest Oracle if they counter it, get rid of it, like if they kill it. But I don't see any other times where I'd actually want to play this
Yeah,
over other Sultai commanders.
yeah, he's definitely on. I mean, that's why he's down here in the honorable mentions because he looks fun. I
He's
mean, you have
interesting. Like I said, he's Sultai, which is kind of cool.
you kind of have that flavor of Underworld Breach on him, but it's limited being only once per turn and only on your turn, so you can't do instant speed on somebody else's turn, some janky
Right.
BS and Born Upon a
Yeah,
Wind or
it's also only creatures too. So
yeah, it is only creatures. So that's a little sketchy.
the
The
artwork is
the
sick.
artwork is pretty sick. I think I like all the artwork in this set. Now it's time for our actual list. Starting off, we have the alternate commander of the same deck that Codis is in. This is Tervel the Balanced Scale. A one colorless, a black, a green, and a blue. Legendary creature, Spirit Dragon. Flying. Whenever Tervel attacks, mill 3 cards, then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. And he's a 4/4. Ryder, now why is this pre-con commander actually on our list versus where Codis was in an honorable mention?
All right, so this one right here is actually one of the cards I'm excited about, to be honest. Just because one, it gets back stuff from your graveyard. Two, it makes creatures whenever something leaves your graveyard. But the combo potential with this is absolutely insane because it makes a zombie. That means you can get grave color back from from your graveyard. Make another zombie, sacrifice it to something like a Phyrexian altar to sacrifice a zombie, get the one black, using that black to get another zombie. Keep casting the grave color over and over again. So it's infinite mana, infinite death triggers, infinite life, ETB. There's so much potential with this guy right here. On top of that, he's in black and blue, which means Thassa's Oracle, uh, Demonicon. So I'm really excited about this guy.
What do you want to give Tervel? Actually,
To Vel, the balance scale, I would like to give it I'd probably set it about 2.5, maybe 2.
I tell you what, I'm gonna give Tervel a 1.5. There's a specific build that needs to go around him, so it's
Right.
very specific. It might be good, but it's gonna be one of your lower tier decks, I think. And I mean, I think it'll be something good later, maybe, depending on the support later down the road.
Next card we're going to talk about is Will of the Jeskai, which is a 3 mana, 1 red sorcery. Choose one. If you control your commander, you could choose both instead. First mode is each player may discard their hand and then draw 5 cards. In the second mode, each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until the end of turn, with the flashback cost is equal to their mana cost. This card's nuts. Seth, tell me about it. What do you think about it?
I don't know if it is Jessica's will strong, but I think there's potential here of with the ability to refill your potentially empty hand with 5 cards and being able to have access to the cards in your graveyard just because you have your commander. I think there's something there. I don't think this would go in something like Blue Farm or Rograk and Thrasios, but I think there's something here. So it's kind of like a power crept Past in Flames.
So I definitely think this card right here will see more play in stuff like Temna Krark. I think that right there would be really good, coughing this or, at first casting Jessica's Will, following up with this right here, with Kark right here, with Kark triggers underneath it. So that way you can get multiple copies of it, turning it back to your hand, getting more mana, like all your ritual effects, stuff like this. I think this right here is going to fit that kind of deck.
So you're saying potentially we may see some Mad Farm is going to get some support. All right,
Yeah, I
great.
definitely think so.
All right, now it's time to rate the card. What are we rating it?
1.5.
1.5. I think I can agree with the 1.5.
I think it's going to see play, but not in every deck. It's not going to be like a big staple.
Yeah, I can agree with that. We're going to talk about a card that looks really, really fun to play, but I don't know that it's going to see much play, but this looks really fun. This is Mardu Siegebreaker is a 1, a red, a white, and a black. A creature, human warrior. It has death touch and haste. When this creature enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target creature you control until this creature leaves the battlefield. Whenever this creature attacks, for each opponent, create a tapped token that is a copy of the exiled card attacking that opponent. At the beginning of your end steps, sacrifice those tokens, and it is a 4/4. Ryder, what do we think about this thing? This thing's got some insane text.
Yes, it does, and I am pumped. Um, it's a warrior, so play your Nagila, play this card, exile, like
A bowmaster?
Bowmaster, something crazy. I don't know, but like, it has haste, so it automatically it's a trigger from Nagila as well. But it's a 4/4, so not many things are going to get around it. It's not going to die very often. This card is nuts. I definitely like it. I'm probably overhyping it right now, to be honest, but
Oh,
I absolutely enjoy this card. The chicken, the artwork, it's
I I'm here
like
for the
this.
siege chicken. This thing is ridiculous. Making a copy of something that is just should not be made a copy of. So it's essentially giving everything the copied card or the exiled spell myriad. What are we gonna rate the Mardu siege chicken?
As hyped I am for it, I gotta give it a 1.2 actually.
1.2, is that where you're gonna give it a 1.2? I'm gonna give it a 2 because it looks fun and I want to try it. All right, next, Ryder, do you want to tell us about our next card?
Yes. So next card we have is a personal favorite of mine. This card is Lotus Light Dancers. It is 2, a black, green, and blue for a zombie bard creature. It has lifelink and a 3/6. When this creature enters, search your library for a black card, a blue card, and a green card. Put those cards into your graveyard and then shuffle. Now, a lot of people are like, what cards am I going to search for? Seth, tell me what you would search for.
With this, I'd have a Yawgmoth's Will, and no, I'm not searching for a Yawgmoth's Will, but I'd have my Yawgmoth's Will, cast this thing, get my Thoracle and Demonic Consultation, go for the win,
And you get a green card too, just in case, you know.
and a Veil of Summer, Veil of
Veil
Summer.
Summer. There you go. Yes.
There we go.
This card right here has really high potential with Dread Return. So that's your black card right there. You know, sacrifice the creature that you just tutored for the Dread Return. Two other creatures, of course, as well. Green creature could be something.
Wait, okay. Dread Return is the sacrifice 3 creatures and flash it back, correct?
Yeah, to return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
And so, you're gonna Dread Return this back to the board?
No, what about Protein Hulk? Like that can be my green card. My Thassa's Oracle. There's so much potential. I definitely think it's really strong. It's also a zombie, so hey, Gravecrawler shenanigans, you know.
Yeah, I mean there's definitely something there. I think there's something there. So what kind of score are we gonna give the Lotus Light Dancers?
2.5 for me.
I'll agree with the 2.5 because I think it has a lot of potential. So yes, I will agree. I'll say a 2.5 as well. The next card is Sib Sig Ceremony. It is for 3 black, so 3 black mana. It's a legendary enchantment. Creature spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. And whenever this creature you control enters, if you cast it, destroy that creature. Then create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. On the face value, this looks very similar to an Innistrad card, Heartless Summoning, I think. This thing goes infinite with Ace React, the Archlich, and Phyrexian Altar.
I think the card is great too. When I first saw it, I was like, man, 3 black mana. I'd rather play Heartless Summoning, but then like as everyone else has been talking about it, I've been getting high for this card too. I don't think it goes in every deck. I think it goes in the mono black deck only because like the triple blacks would be hard to do.
I think this could go. I think this could go into low color decks, like maybe at most 3 mana. Maybe it goes into Demir. Like, why would this not be an Italian list? This might be a crit card.
I don't know if it's a crit card or not because it doesn't really do much with the deck itself. But
No.
I can't see this being like one of the weird tiny bones decks that we just see every once in a while, you know. But I definitely think there's turn 1 potential with this. Definitely turn 2 potential with this right here with going infinite. I like the card. I think it's really cool, really spicy.
What do we want to give this rating?
I'm gonna say a 3.
I will agree with a 3 because I think it's a card that's going to be a niche card. It's a specific card wants this, and I think it will be good. So we will give it a 3. Now, Ryder, do you want to tell us about our next one?
It is Steward of the Harvest. It is a 3 and 1 green for a creature, human druid. When this creature enters the battlefield, exile up to 3 target lands from your graveyard. Creatures you control have all activators of all lands exiled with this creature, and it's also a 3/3. Seth, what are you thinking?
All I can see is I'm going to strip mine your guy's cradle, cast this thing, put strip mine on all my creatures, make all my creatures into strip mines.
Yep.
That's the immediate thought. I mean, or better yet, if my guy's cradle got besaged or whatever,
you think you're getting rid of the problem with the guy's cradle, but this card right here just brings it back. And
it's like
everyone knows, like right now, the new hotness of the format of CDH is Rockdrass. You know, making a bajillion triggers where you're untapping your Gaia's Cradle. But this card right here, I definitely think it goes in those kind of decks. You know, your Get Rog monsters. I think it goes in your Rockdrass. I definitely think it's the ones where your lands are important. What's great about it is you get to get 3 lands from your graveyard. So
up to 3, yes.
Yeah, up to 3. So you can get a bunch of different cool things going on here. So, you know, your Gaia's Cradle, you can get a fetch land if you need to, just in case you need to like sacrifice, you know, go get another land, you know, in case they're gonna kill it, whatever, you know. But I think there is so much potential here.
The more I read this thing, the more I'm hating it.
No, I agree. Yeah, because I don't want to play against this. This
the more I'm reading this, the more I'm hating it.
I didn't even think about this, but this card, you know, with crop rotation, this card with crop rotation is nuts. Sacrificial land with crop rotation, go get a better land. Play this card right here, get that land back that you had. You know, all your creatures don't have that little ability. This card is bonkers. Now I got to buy this card too.
Nerve creatures.
I just talked myself into it.
I'm gonna give this a 3.5.
I concur with your statement there. I talked myself into it because earlier today when we were making this list, I did not like
You're
the card.
like, I hate this card.
But
It's
as I
really
just talked
bad.
about it with you, I like the card. 3.5 it is. Let's do it.
The next card on our list, it's not as good as the other ones like this, but it is called Nature's Rhythm. It is X and 2 green. It's a sorcery. Search your library for a creature with mana value X or less and put it onto the battlefield and then shuffle. Now, what makes this different from something like Finale of Devastation or Court of Calling, it gives the ability of Harmonize. Harmonize is X and 4 green. You you may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce the cost of an amount of generic mana equal to its power. Then exile this spell. So it's kind of like super flashback. I don't think this replaces anything, but
I
what do you
do.
think?
So I think it replaces Green Sun's at the most X. I think this is better than Green Sun. Like, hold on, hear me out. It does pretty much what you want it to do, but it doesn't have the restriction that Green Sun does. Green Sun only gets green creatures right here. This right here will allow you to get anything in your deck. I see this being a Kinnan card definitely. Um, the reason why Kinnan because all your mana rocks pretty much doubled. They add one additional. So you're not really worried about the X, but it allows you to get a dork at first, for 2 green and 1 mana. So 3 mana right there. You're getting yourself a dork. A couple turns later, you're gonna get something like your whole Breacher Horror, your Sphinx, something big that people are gonna have a hard time dealing with.
I mean, I know Green Sun is kind of on the fence, but I think Green Sun is situational on what decks want it more. I think where the strength of Green Sun is that it just gets shuffled back into your deck and after you've used it.
The thing about the Green Sun versus this card right here, though, is yeah, Green Sun gets shuffled back into your deck, and I know that Malik from this past weekend at one of the tournaments we were at, he was using the Green Sun as one of his win cons to make sure he doesn't deck himself with Savala.
I could see that.
So I
Um,
think that's one deck that might not play this one over it,
I think
but
it's
um
yeah.
Green Sun gets shuffled back into your deck, obviously. This right here goes to your graveyard, but you have the pseudo flashback. You don't have to wait to draw the Green Sun again or tutor for a Green Sun again. You get the card right now, and it's not limited to just a green creature.
Okay. I mean, I definitely agree with that. I think, like I say, I think the situation varies between deck of which one do I want this flavor or I want this flavor. So,
Right.
and this is the one that works better with my strategy than this one. So, N Nature's Rhythm. What are we gonna give the score? We're gonna. What
A
do you think?
three, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. I like this card a lot. This card is bonkers. It's bananas. BANNANS.
I think I'm gonna give it a 3.
Three.
I think I'll give it a 3. Ryder, what's our next card?
This might be my favorite card of the set. This is Naga Flesh Crafter. It is a 3 mana, 1 blue for a snake shapeshifter. It's a clone, guys. It is a clone. I love my clones. You may have this creature enter as any copy. So you may have this creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. It has a new ability, Renew, 2 and a blue. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a 1/1 counter on target non-legendary creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until the end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Seth, what do you think?
What is the card that says it makes copies and it wins the game?
It is a card that I actually just bought so I can play it. Biovisionary.
Bio Visionary.
I am so excited. I am going to get a Biovisionary win on the channel. Calling it now, but I definitely think it's doable because it's only 3 mana for the Biovisionary, 3 mana for this, so 6 mana. End of your turn, you have your 4 mana, your 4 creatures in the battlefield. Win.
That seems pretty spicy, but what kind of commander are you going to run? I don't see this as a Tim to Thrasios.
No, No, I don't run in that. I don't run that many creatures in that deck, but I definitely can see this in something like a non-land oriented rock thrash, maybe.
Is Biovisionary human?
It is a human wizard.
Shit, you can't put it
It's
in Kinnan.
another wizard. It's another wizard.
You can't put it in Kinnan though,
No,
because Kinnan can't find it. Because
yeah,
that would be hot to
that'd be a
do.
nice little cannon win right there, with this. Yeah, but it's a human wizard.
Well, what are we gonna give the Flesh Crafter?
So as much as I like it, it's a meme, and I don't think it's going to be as good as other clones in the format. Like Metamorph. So I'm gonna say this one's a 1.5.
I'm gonna give it a 2. All right, next up, Clarion Conqueror. It is a 2 and a white creature dragon, flying. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers cannot be activated or can't be activated, and it's a 3/3. This thing says we don't play the game. Do you know what I read on this? I just say, no, Sisse, you can't do that.
Yeah, this is what Nona's answered. Like, hey, I want to come back to the format,
I
please.
don't even know if this is what Winota wants.
I don't know either. I don't know what decks want to play this, but I do know somebody wants to play it. Definitely think the card's good, and it has flying, so it gets around most things. It could be a really good blocker as well because it's a
Yeah.
3/3. But I definitely I like the card, but I hate the card at the same time because everybody cannot activate the abilities of artifacts, creatures, planeswalkers.
I think I'm gonna give this. I know Guy was like high on this thing, but I am not. I think I'm gonna give this thing a 1.
A one. Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna give this a
Um,
1 because it's so prohibitive on the table.
I don't want to play against it because it's going to make me mad. So I'm going to hopefully give it a one, and nobody plays this card.
Next card. Do you want to tell us about our
Ooh,
next
yeah,
card,
yeah.
Ryder?
I'm going to butcher this name. A knock strike leader. It's a 1/1 right, so 1 and 1 white for a 2/2 dog warrior. Whenever you attack with this creature and or your commander, for each opponent, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. And then you can sacrifice this creature, and creature tokens you control gain indestructible to the end of turn. Seth, tell me about it. What's your favorite part of this card?
Okay. I like my Najila, and I recently picked up Marnie's Calgar, and
Also, yep.
all I can see is, hey, I get more tokens. It is a warrior. It triggers Najila.
I think it does slot into Nigila as well.
What do we want to rate this guy?
I think it's only going to see play in Nigila, and but I definitely like the card. I'm going to test it out in that deck too because I play it too. I'm going to say it's a 2.
I'm gonna actually call it a 3 because I think that this is a card that automatically just gets slotted into Najila to help with that combat plan. Before we get into our last two, do we want to talk about the April Fool's secret lair that came out of nowhere? Everybody
I
thought it was a
love it so
joke.
much.
Do you want to tell us about Deadpool, the trading card?
Yes, yes. Deadpool trading card is absolutely insane. I'm gonna tell you, I'm high on this card right now, Seth. So Deadpool trading card is 2 red black, 4 mana for a legendary mutant mercenary hero it's a 5/3. As Deadpool enters, you may exchange his text box with another creature's. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life, pay 3 mana, sacrifice this creature. Each other player draws a card. This card is spicy. I think it's going to see play inside the 99, maybe not the command zone, but in the 99 for sure. Seth, tell me what you like about this guy. Tell me what you like about Deadpool.
I like the fact that I can just say, okay, hey, you have a Seedborn Muse, Deadpool. I'm gonna take your Seedborn. I'm gonna take the text box of your Seedborn that
Basically,
you just spent 5 mana to get on the board. Now I have a Rakdos Seedborn Muse.
yes. So Deadpool is a clone, a kill spell, a win con. If you have infinite mana, you don't even have to copy something. You could just make everybody
By
draw a card. Just keep
by
drawing
the
their whole
way,
library.
by the way, This ability is very odd. It does not target that creature.
Oh, it doesn't target. Oh,
Anything that has ward, hexproof, shroud, any of those things, it does not
that's
matter
weird.
because this does not target. It takes it. It takes the text box from another creature. It gets around protection spells. So if it's protection from red and black and hexproof stuff, it doesn't matter. I'm taking the text box. And by the way, another thing here, you were talking about being infinite combo, is you don't have to trade the text box.
Right. You can
It
just
is a
make
May ability. There's a
you get
I,
infinite mana. You can just, sacrifice this creature, draw a card, and then keep doing it over
well,
and
no,
over
you
again.
don't draw the card. You don't draw the card.
Each player, yeah.
Yeah,
Each player, yeah. No,
if
but
this thing, if Deadpool is in your command zone, you make infinite red and black mana, however you do that, and you just summon this thing, pay the 3, sacrifice it, they draw a card, and rinse and repeat until they draw out their entire library.
I love this card. Also the flavor text. 5.
You're gonna make him a 5.
5. Don't even care. Don't even care. Can I say a 5.5? That's what it is. A 5.5. The flavor of this card is
A
bananas.
58555. Our next card is not Grand Abolisher. It's not Ranger Captain. It's not Silence. And it's not Cutzel. It is the Voice of Victory. Is a 1 in a white creature human bard. It has the ability Mobilize 2. Whenever this creature attacks, create 2 tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior tokens. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. And the important text here is your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. And its stat line is it is a 1/3. So it makes it difficult to get killed by the dreaded Bowmaster. Ryder, where does Voice of Victory not go?
It doesn't go in red decks. Um, but it goes in CDH. Yes, 100%.
It goes in CEDH.
This card is nuts. It's probably going to replace Cutzel.
I'm going to stop you on the Cutzel thing, is because there are certain decks, like we were talking about Green Sun earlier. What I
In
think
certain decks, I can see this in certain decks over
I think
Cutzel,
it's
but
I think they're right here.
yeah,
I think where Cutzel may have somewhat of the abilities of being a legendary when legendaries matter.
right.
Cutzel gets the edge, and it being
Okay,
green or it being a not a human. Um, but where
right.
voice works, I think decks that run Teferi without Displacer Kitten, you just swap Teferi Time Raveler for this. But this just makes my Cavern of Souls just that much better.
Oh, I completely agree. I think this card right here is bananas. I think this is another Timna card, just because that Timna ability Mobilize
This is
too
another
is
Najila
absolutely
card
bonkers.
too, because
Yeah,
those are
well,
warriors.
I definitely think that the Voice of Victory is a Timna card, definitely, just because it makes the Mobilize too. So whenever it attacks, you get the 1/1s attack. You can attack other people to get 3 draws off of right away off your Timna. I do like this card in general. Like I'm going to put it in Timna Thrasios over Cutzel. I'm actually hyped about this so much. This
Yeah.
is one of my favorite cards in the set.
So I think we are looking at one a true. I know we said Deadpool's number 5,
This is the
but I
true
think
5.
we are looking at a true number 5.
I agree. I think it's a 5. I think this is one of our staples for many years to come.
Last but not least, what's our next card, Ryder?
This is the one that has the most hype, I think, and I think it's causing tension right now in the CDH community between people saying it's good, people saying it's bad. I think it's insane. It's a land actually. Mist Rise Village. This land ensures tapped unless you control a mountain or a forest. You can tap it to add a blue or tap it with a blue. The next spell you cast this turn cannot be countered. Seth, I
Okay.
think it's good.
I think any deck that runs a crop rotation or any way to just go tutor up a land, not a fetch land, but just tutor up a land. This is stupid. 3 mana silence that cannot be countered. This card is going to be insane in Rock Thrasios. It's going to be insane in Timna Thrasios.
I agree. I think this card is absolutely bananas, though. The hardest thing in CDH to counter is a creature, right?
Yep.
There's only a couple spells in your decks that are going to counter the creatures. So, Thassa's Oracle, Trailing Stag, make your decon uncounterable. You know, I think this is the best card in the set, actually.
I think I will definitely agree with this. Definitely something to be feared on the table, and it's gonna get a lot of attention as soon as it
will
hits
definitely
the board.
cause some problems. Absolutely, I agree with that.
I think I already know what your rating is going to be, but what's your rating for this card?
4.9.
4.9?
No, it's a 5.
It's a 5. I'll agree with that. I think we're looking at a new staple of the format, and every deck that runs blue, I think, is going to try to run this. So I think I will agree with you on a 5. These are the best cards, including Deadpool, Secret Lair, from both the Secret Lair Deadpool and Tarkir. And if you think we missed anything or think we could have done, maybe we didn't rate your favorite card how you think we should, please drop it in the comments and let us know. Let us know what you think. But again, before I let you go, we do have now an Etsy store, and we have our playmats there. So make sure you go check that out. And if you would like one of our playmats, pick one up. And with all that said, Ryder, do you have anything?
Like, subscribe, drop a comment.
Okay. Thanks, Ryder. And we'll see you guys next time.